He clutched the grocery list, a monument to normalcy after losing her. This store, once her territory, now echoes with absence. Join Alex as a simple shopping trip becomes a journey through grief, a desperate attempt to hold on to memories. Discover how a chance encounter breaks down his walls, teaching him that healing begins with allowing yourself to truly feel. Alex stood just inside the automatic doors of the brightly lit grocery store, clutching a crumpled piece of paper. Milk, bread, eggs. A simple list, yet it felt like a monumental task. 1 week after his mother's funeral, the silence in his apartment was deafening. This trip was his way to prove he was managing, that life could go on despite the absence of her familiar presence. He took a deep breath. The hum of the fluorescent lights, a stark contrast to the silence he had grown used to. This place had always been her territory. She knew every aisle like a well-loved novel, her favourites marked with her consistent choices. For years, Alex had come here with her, doing the small chores she assigned. Make sure we get the right kind of flour, or grab the green apples, please. Today, the list felt heavy in his hand. Determination mixed with unease as he pushed the cart toward the dairy section, first seeking the comfort of routine. There it was, the milk. A half-gallon of whole milk, just like she used to buy. He placed it gently in the cart, a small act of continuity in a world that felt irrevocably changed. On the shelf nearby was her brand of tea, the one she insisted on every morning. A pang twisted in his chest, sharp and unwelcome. No, he told himself, turning away. This isn't grief, it's just habit, nothing more. But the lie felt hollow, even to his own ears. He pushed deeper into the aisles, moving mechanically, as if following a pre-programmed route. Yet the memories came anyway, uninvited and blunt, flooding his mind with vivid snapshots of their life together. At the bakery section, he stopped, his eyes drawn to the danishes she loved. His hand reached out, then withdrew, as if burned. "This is just nostalgia," he whispered. "Not sadness, not grief." But the truth pressed hard against his ribs, louder than any voice in his mind. He was suppressing it, shoving it into a dark corner where it couldn't bother him, treating his grief like an inconvenience. Trying to shake off the growing weight, Alex moved toward the checkout lines, hoping to escape the memories. The store buzzed with the usual chaos, children tugging at parents' hands, chatter about dinner plans, and workday struggles. Yet, beneath all that noise, Alex felt a quiet storm building inside him, threatening to break through his carefully constructed facade. At the register, an elderly woman in a soft lavender coat fumbled with her purse, her hands trembling slightly. She dropped a carton of orange juice, which rolled noisily across the floor. A small mishap in the grand scheme of things. Alex's body reacted before his mind could catch up. He bent down swiftly, picked up the juice and handed it back to her with a cautious smile. "Thank you, dear," she said, her voice warm, her eyes wrinkled with kindness. "You have a good mother." The simple words dropped like stones, sinking deep beneath his calm facade. His carefully built wall of control crumbled in seconds, the dam breaking on the emotions he had tried so hard to contain. Suddenly, the memories exploded. Her gentle laugh, her soft hands folding the laundry, the way she always knew just what to say. Alex's breath hitched. Tears overflowed, blurring the harsh fluorescence around him. He couldn't hold it back anymore. He wept not just for the mother he lost, but for every unspoken goodbye, for each small moment that would never come again. He looked down at the small, neatly written grocery list in his hand, now stained with his tears. He hadn't gotten everything on it tonight, not the tea, not the danishes, but somehow he had found something far more important. Permission to finally feel his loss, to acknowledge the depth of his pain, and to begin the long journey of healing. Leaving the checkout, Alex carried the weight of his grief openly. Now, no longer a hidden burden, but a living part of him. Outside, the cool evening air wrapped around him gently. He knew the road ahead wouldn't be simple, but he allowed himself to believe he could take it, one step at a time. And that was enough.